What's up you guys, welcome back to the channel, Andre here. Today we're going to talk about finding the best property to invest when it comes to real estate, guys. Before we do, let's just talk about Tesla real quick, guys. Tesla is up, shit done, and I'm probably going to sell a lot of my position, not a lot, a few of my position at 500 because I think that it might pull back at 500. It's a very psychological resistance. If you guys took the call and bought Tesla, keep in mind that 500 is probably going to be a resistance. And if Tesla pulls back, probably the whole market will pull back. Okay, so I don't know when I'm going to post this video. Hopefully that hasn't happened yet and you guys can keep that in mind. But for the long run, I'm still leaving a couple shares, not a couple, like quite a few shares in, because I do think that Tesla will eventually, maybe in months or years, go to 1,000 again. Okay, so in the long run, I'm not very worried, but I do think that it's going to have like a, maybe like, I don't know, maybe like a 10% pullback. 20 is a lot, but maybe 10% pullback from the 500 level. If it doesn't, well, great. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion on it. So how do you find the best properties to invest in real estate? First of all, you have to create a plan and you have to understand what is a good property for you. What is a good property for you is not the same, or it might not be the same, of what is a good property for me. Maybe you don't invest in the same type of business. Maybe your business is to buy, flip, okay? Buy, renovate, and then flip the property. I don't do that. So I'm not buying the same properties as you are buying. You have to create a plan. Now, when it comes to my strategy, I buy properties to renovate and then rent, okay? I don't flip these properties. The objective of the property is to have a decent enough rent to actually make it worthwhile buying it and renovating. So that's the first thing that you have to figure out. Are you investing in commercial, rental, single families, flips, wholesale, whatever you're doing? Just decide on one thing. You can decide on multiple, but if you're starting, pick one, okay? Pick one you like and do that, okay? And go after those types of properties. Where are you looking? For example, when it comes to rentals, I like to keep my rent at least 1% of the property costs. In this property costs, I include everything, okay? The buy price, the furniture, the renovations, the credit costs, the closing costs, all of it. For example, if it is 50K, then I want a rent of at least $500 a month, okay? And if I see that, okay, that's a good property to invest in because I know that I will have enough cash flow to cover all of my expenses and still keep a lot of money in my pocket, and that's what I do. So decide what you want to invest in and then look for these properties, okay? Look for those properties that fit that criteria. In my city, the type of properties that actually go to the 1% rule are properties located in, I don't want to say poor neighborhoods, but they're more low income neighborhoods, and those properties are usually old, okay? Old is the word, like previous to 95. Maybe 85, some of them. Actually, the last one is from 86, so it is an old property. And usually the people who rent are either working at the hospital here in the city, or they're students, okay? So those are usually my target tenants, okay? I try to get anyone working on an hospital or students because it's very close to the university here. Now, I could buy newer, more expensive houses and I could still get maybe some more profit when it comes to appreciation of the property, but at the end of the day, my cash flow would be lower, okay? So I'm not the type of person to buy a new house or a newer house, but I prefer to buy the old ones. That's my strategy. Pick yours, okay? Yes, you have to pick what you want to buy. You have to create your own plan and then look for those properties. So how do you actually go about finding these properties, right? In my city, it's very simple, guys, because there's only one neighborhood that is close to all of the college faculties, and it's close to the hospitals. It's like 10 minutes away walking from all of that. So it's the perfect neighborhood for me. So one of the things that you can do is what is called drive for dollars, okay? You actually go there maybe once a week, whatever it is, and you see the market move. What comes into the market? Are people selling? Are people buying? What are the prices that they're buying and selling, right? What units are actually being closed on? Because maybe you see a unit that is listed for twice as much as everything else, and that unit never sells, right? So you don't want to take into account that unit price because that unit is not selling, okay? Just because it's listed for twice as much doesn't actually mean that all of the properties are worth that. That's why you need to take a look at the full market of the area that you're investing, because you don't want to have one property mislead you on what the market actually is. So if you drive there, or you walk, you run, whatever it is, you go for a jog, and you see that some of these houses are getting listed, maybe they have like a little sign that says selling or whatever it is. If you see them coming to the market, you are probably going to be one of the first people calling and asking what the price is and making an offer, okay? And this is very important. Always make an offer. Even if the property is listed for more than what you can buy, make an offer, okay? Always make an offer. They might just accept it. The first property I bought was listed for $43,000 and I bought it for $35,500. Okay, so that's what, like $6,000 less than what it was listed for, which is a lot of percentage on such a cheaper house, right? Like the seller was very motivated to sell, so they accepted my offer, and if I had offered lower, maybe they would have accepted it. So don't be afraid of sending offers, even if they get rejected. It gets you into the market, right? If you're making offers, if you're talking to agents, if you're talking to people, it gets you inside a little bit of the market. Even if you just stay at home and don't do anything, you're never going to learn, okay guys? So go out there, start calling people. Instead of driving for dollars, another thing you can do is actually look at agents' websites, okay? Everyone has a website. Maybe it's an agent's company. For example, Remax, I think they have that in America as well. We have that in Portugal. They have a website, remax.pt. In the US, it's probably remax.com, right? Go there, see what they're selling, right? Go to all of the agencies, all of the agents, they all have properties. Go look, go make offers, okay? You might find a property there. In the US, I think you need to be an agent to actually access it, but there's this thing called the MLS where I think agents post a lot of their deals there. So if you have access to that, go and look there. There's deals everywhere, guys. You just have to look for it. Now, all of these are very basic ways of finding properties, but to me, the best one is to know people. If you know people, guys, if you know the people living in the neighborhood, if you know the agents selling in the neighborhood, who do you think they will call when they find a property for sale with the specs that you're looking for? If an agent knows that you're looking for a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom with 1 or 2 beds listed for $40K that rents for $500, who do you think they will call when a listing like that comes to their hands? They're going to call you, right? Because they know you're a willing buyer, right? They know you want that. So why wouldn't they call you? You will be the first person they call, okay? The last deal that I made, guys, I saw the property. I was not even going to see the property, but I ended up seeing it before actually placing the offer. But I got a call from the agent. He asked me, "Are you in the city?" And I said yes. And he was like, "Either make an offer or come right now to see this," okay? And I went there. It was exactly what I was looking for. Exactly. And I gave him an offer like on the spot. Okay, this is it. Go. Do your job. And he did. And I now have a new property, okay? It was listed for $45K. I offered the $45K. The agent told me, don't offer less. They're not going to accept less. Offer $45 and you're going to buy it. I offered $45 on the day that it was listed and I got the property. Okay, guys? So if I had not known that agent, he would not have called me. Even if I did know him, but I never told him, "Hey, I'm looking for this," he wouldn't have called me, right? If he knows what I'm looking for and he gets a property like that, he's gonna call you, okay? He knows you're buying, right? Now, he called me because he knows that I buy, okay? It's not my first property. If it is your first property, guys, you have to prove some way that you are a willing buyer, okay? Don't go look for 1,000 properties with an agent. right? If you're not going to buy any of them. Agents freaking hate that. And now you might think, well, ain't that their job? Well, yes, but how do you think it feels to take someone to look at 1,000 properties and they don't even make an offer, right? What do they think? These guys are just looking. They don't want to buy. So you have to prove they want to buy. Now, I've proved myself in this market. The agents know that I buy. If they bring me a good deal, I'm going to buy. Okay? That's why I don't go look at 1,000 properties. I only go look at properties that I know that I might make an offer on. If the property's list is for 100K, there's no way I'm going to look at the property. I always tell the agents that call me, hey, I have this property for 100K. You want to come look at it? I tell them, no, like, there's no way I'm going to get at least $1,000 in rent out of that property, right? And they're like, yeah, but you get like 300 in rent. And no, I don't want that. Okay. Thank you, but no, that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is this. And I tell them, okay, next time they call me, it's going to be a deal that I want. Okay. Because now they know I'm not going to waste their time looking at a property that I'm never going to buy. So they know me as a willing buyer of those types of properties. They now call me when they find those types of properties because they know that are going to close, right? If they get me a good deal, I'm going to buy it. So they're making money if they call me. And that to me is the best way of finding properties. Know the people. It's not just agents, right? If you know if you're investing in a neighborhood and you know most people in the neighborhood and they see houses for sale, they will call you. Hey, this thing just came out to the market. Do you want to buy it or do you want to go look at it? Like, I know you buy stuff here. Do you want to go? People will call you. I know that sounds weird, but like, if you know people and they start watching, they start looking for, oh, that house is for sale. Maybe he wants to buy it. They will call you. They won't make a cent out of it, but they will call you. Hey, this property just came, like, you want to buy it? It's weird, I know, guys, but when you know everyone and people know that you're buying, people will call you. Okay, and to me, that's the best way of finding deals. It's not driving for dollars. Of course, you can find deals like that. It's not going on websites. Of course, you can find deals like that. But to me, the best way is actually knowing people and the people knowing what you want. Okay, if you have both those two things, there's no way you're not going to make money. Okay, like, if you have a relationship with an agent and he knows what you want, he will give you what you want. Okay. But again, prove yourself. Don't go look at 1,000 properties if you're not even going to make offers on them. Okay? The agent is just going to be pissed at you, right? You're wasting his time. Time is money, guys. Just because it's his job doesn't mean that he likes it to take you to places and then you don't make an offer. Maybe on the first and second it's fun, but after 1,000 it probably gets a lot boring. So only go look at properties that you might invest on and prove yourself, especially if you're new, if you haven't bought a property. This is like super important. Nobody tells you this, guys. Like, I don't think even Graham Stephan has ever talked about this, but you have to prove yourself in the market. People have to know that you're buying and they have to know what you're buying. Okay? Never waste nobody's time. Their time is worth just as much as yours. It don't matter if you're making more money. Their time is worth just as much as yours to them as yours is to you. So don't waste their time, okay? Because they will stop calling you. They will stop giving you deals, right? Even if a good deal comes up that they might think that you might buy it, they will probably call someone else because that other person has proved themselves and you haven't. And you're just wasting their time. This has been the video for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully Tesla hasn't sold off by now. It will probably take me like a few days to actually post this, so yeah, Tesla is trading at 480, I think, right now. So it's just my personal opinion, guys. If it does reach 500, I'm going to take some out, okay, some profit. I bought a little bit before the split when I made the video. I bought some after the split at the 440 range. No, actually it was lower. 434. Yeah, 434. That was it. Yeah, 434. Yeah. So 500, I'm probably going to take some out, but I'm probably going to leave most of it for the long run. I also have a position in NEO and what is it? The other one? It's Apple. Jeez, Apple because of the split again. But if Tesla does drop, do expect a pullback on the whole market, especially the Nasdaq. Like Nasdaq has been pushing because of Tesla. Like it has been pushing a lot. So keep that in mind that if Tesla pulls back, everything is going to pull back a little bit. Now, on the long run, I can see Tesla going to 1,000, so I don't really mind like a 10 to 20% pullback. I don't really mind it, to be honest, because Tesla is so overextended right now that it would actually be a good way of getting more people into the stock and pumping it even higher, so I'm not mad. Now, if NIO does pull back, I'm going to be a little bit sad because my position in NIO is actually pretty considerable. It's just as big as Tesla, to be honest. Like it's over like the five figures. So yeah, it's a little bit big, especially for me. Like I'm not a millionaire, okay, guys. So but yeah, it's a lot of money that I have in NIO. I bought it in at what was it? 1920 somethings, and I want to sell it at 21. So if it reaches 21, I will be out. Okay. That's my sell order, 21. Yeah, guys. The market has been making moves and I've been making money with it. Like, this is a good time to be in the market. There's a lot of volatility. Stocks go up and down very, very fast. Keep that in mind. It's dangerous, but you can profit from volatility. If you buy the low and you sell the high, Jesus, you're in profit, like a lot of profit. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to drop a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!